What is up, racers? And welcome to another episode of our F1 2021 Breaking Point Journey, episode 7 today. I think this is going to be our penultimate episode, actually. So, we're nearing the end of our journey, but thank you for joining me today. If you missed our previous episode, be sure to check that one out. Fight breaks out, but it looks like we're starting to mend some bridges between the two teammates. But now we're going to head on to the Belgian Grand Prix, and we're going to see if Casper can continue the form that he's been showing over these last few races. I can't wait to get into this. Let's head into the Belgian Grand Prix and get the race we deserve.
It's Sunday, and that means it's race time here in Spa. As the cars are being prepared, let's join them trackside for the start of the Belgian Grand Prix. Spa-Francorchamps then, a historic 19-corner circuit with a lap distance of 4.35 miles. There's over 100 meters of elevation change here, and with long stretches of the lap spent flat out, a good top speed will be vital for success. With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position. And Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Norris, Sergio Perez and Ricciardo, Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Sainz and Lance Stroll, Raikkonen, Ackermann, Esteban Ocon and Butler, Jackson, Russell, Sebastian Vettel and Antonio Giovinazzi, Mick Schumacher and Nicholas Latifi. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Here we are on the grid, P12 around Belgium, which is not bad. But we've outqualified our teammate Jackson again, so it looks like he's having some struggles. But we're going to go into a one-stop strategy, sorry. It looks like there's going to be some heavy rain at the end of this. So could this become a Belgian Grand Prix like the one we had in real life? We'll see. 5 red lights for the Belgian Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. And our objective is to finish in the top 5. So we've got to pull off some serious moves around Belgium, which should be easy because Belgium is a track you can overtake around. So you go into a source around the outside of Lance Stroll. And we've made up 2 positions already. We've passed Ocon on the start. And now you can see the 2 Ferraris ahead of us going side by side up down the hill into Eau Rouge and heading up Radion right now. Brilliant! I love this corner. I mean, I can never get it right, but I love it. Heading down the long Kemmel Straight, the ideal spot for overtaking, especially with the DRS. And here we go, but Stroll in the Aston Martin is looking to pressurize us in the Alpha Tauri. We're going to dive down the outside into Lecon, and we're just going to keep it just ahead of the Aston Martin. We ride the curb a little bit, and we're going to see if we can get a move on Sainz. He just slow out of the corner, rides a bit too much curb as he heads down into turn 10. Heading towards No Name Corner. As we're going to see, no, we're not going to get a move by Alonso, but we managed to pass Leclerc as well. So it's a beautiful move around the outside of turn 10. That's brilliant for us. We've made up so many positions, but we hit the back of Fernando Alonso. Thankfully, no front wing damage. But we're going to see what we can do as we go down towards Blanchiment. The long run, the back straight. There are a lot of good long straights here. Alonso tries to squeeze us onto the grass. We deploy tons of ERS to try and keep up with the Alpine. We're going to see if we can pull a move into the bus stop chicane. Down the inside, we brake later than the Alpine driver. And we get the move done on the 2-time world champion. Beautiful move. We've made up 5 places on the first lap alone. This is brilliant. The soft tires are really running to their own.
Rain is forecast.
Especially in the Alpha Tauri, but Jeff tells us that rain is forecast. We died on the inside of Daniel Ricciardo into a source. How is Ackermann retiring? This is some elite level overtakes he's pulling off. As Ricciardo tries to get us down into Lecon. We dive down the outside and hold the position on the McLaren driver. I'm going to see if we can get a move done on his teammate Lando Norris, who's slow through the chicane. He rides curb again, similar to Carlos Sainz. We died on the inside of turn 10. Trying not to understeer, as it's very common to do if you don't get that corner right. But we hold the position. We're up at the P5. We're already in the top 5. But on lap 2, you can see the rain is starting to fall. So eventually, we are going to get onto some wet tires. And this is, this is the race that we all wanted to see in Belgium. It didn't happen.
It's your choice as to whether you want to fit the wets next time you come in.
Right. DRS is enabled, so I don't think we're going to pit this lap because, usually when the DRS is disabled, that's a good sign that when you need to come in. We see the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. We're behind Sergio Perez in the Red Bull. That should be our seat, considering how well we're doing in this Alpha Tauri. As we're signing up the backside with DRS, with and ERS. The rain is starting to fall as we get behind him down the Kemmel Straight, and we get the move done well before Lecon. Perez keeps his nose in as much as possible. We brake late, which is a bit of a risky move considering the track is getting greasy. Jeff keeps interrupting me, and you can see now it's the time he's recommending to go into intermediate tires. I mean, at the moment I would have said no because the track looked dry, but towards the end of the lap, because it's such a long lap around Belgium.
By the stewards, DRS will be offline.
And there you go, there's confirmation that we need to come in now as Bottas is ahead of us. Hamilton is behind Verstappen in the Red Bull, so Verstappen is taking command of this race, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he's taking command of the Drivers' Championship. You don't know exactly what the standings are in his breaking point journey because it never shows the standings, but Verstappen and Red Bull have won quite a few races, and Mercedes are double stacking. So this has played well into Verstappen's hand as Perez and Ricciardo stay out for another lap as we box into for intermediates. Aiden Jackson comes into the pit stop, and well, it's not a very good stop for the boys considering that they've put in sub 2 second pit stops in the past. This is probably our slowest pit stop we've had on breaking point. As you go out, the track is really greasy now as they almost cross the white line heading out of the pits, which could have led to a penalty, and Giovinazzi passes us. We're down into P8, but there are a few drivers ahead of us who still haven't pit yet, so we can have that, as we have way more grip than the Alfa Romeo driver. As you're going to see, Gio defends the inside. I don't know why he bothered to do that on the soft tires. He's basically just trying to survive right now, similar to Lando at the Russian Grand Prix. Wow. I just opened up some old wounds. We ride the corner and poo on a little too much as Ocon slow. We almost run into the back of him. We have to go off the circuit to avoid him. But Ocon, he's driving extremely dangerously. I mean, it should be kind of like he's a back marker at this point. Just get out of the way. And speaking of not getting out of the way, Sainz in the Ferrari also hasn't pit and has held up Verstappen and Hamilton. Hamilton has managed to get by Verstappen because of the Ferrari that's blocking him. And we're getting blocked by him as well as we head into the bus stop chicane. He's on the inside, but he lets us by, thankfully, as he dives down the inside. And the rain is really falling now. This really has become the Belgian Grand Prix in 2021. In real life, Codemasters point out the realistic climates well before the race actually went underway, because I mean the game didn't come out when we were air quote racing around Belgium. But now we're up at the P2. We're in a position to win this race. Forget the top 5. We've passed Verstappen, and now Hamilton is slow heading out of Lecon through turn 9, and we can get the move done into turn 10. And now we're leading this Grand Prix as Casper Ackerman. Can we get our first win as the Dutch driver as we slowly navigate our way onto lap 6? And the rain is getting worse. We're being called into the pits for full wets. And I think we should, because if you look at the track, there are puddles beginning to form. And on F1 2021, that's the sign that we need to pit onto wet tires, because the intermediates aren't going to have enough grip. So now we're going to head into the pit lane.
Clearing up is about 10 minutes, so just keep your concentration out there.
And just realized I might have been screwed over, because Jeff told us that the rain is going to let up in 10 minutes. Which, I mean, around Belgium, because we only have 4 laps left, but Belgium is such a long lap that honestly we could see the rain stop in 3 laps time, maybe 2. But anyway, another slow stop from the boys. We're still in the lead as everyone is pitting this lap. As we get out into the pit lane, we're going to go very cautiously. We're not going to repeat. Oh, we lose the back end. Oh, we hit the wall. What just happened? The game just respawned us back onto the track. And it was just a warning. That's interesting. We got tons of wheel spin off that respawn, because I wasn't really expecting that. And because of that, Hamilton jumps us. He got a way better run out of the pit lane, and well, we defend the position against the Mercedes. But I'm just perplexed by what just happened. I mean, is that just... I'm in the challenging difficulty for breaking points. So is that sort of a feature that they have the assist enabled, that if you go off the circuit in the pit lane, they just respawn you? Because I've never seen that before. Speaking of respawn. Oh my god. We spin out. Oh, we almost run into Hamilton. We back up to let Verstappen by.
5 seconds.
And we're down to P3. So we've just given up the lead. It would not be a 25% race on breaking point if we didn't just screw up our chances for victories. I mean, as we did in the Netherlands, and as we did last episode, I forget where, Austria. Yeah, so here we go. On the last stop of the Grand Prix, Verstappen is slow. He's really slow. He's struggling in these conditions, which is strange to say. But I think the rain's letting up, and it has. Look at how dry Blanchimont is. As we're going to try and get a move on Max Verstappen to see if we can equal our best ever finish of P2. We dived on the inside into the bus stop chicane, and we get the move done. Beautiful work. Hamilton will win the Belgian Grand Prix, but with DRS, we're going to win. Not win, we're going to beat our Dutchman. We're going to win the battle of the Dutchmen
Take care of
and
the
take
car on the way
P2.
in.
So great recovery, I guess, but oh, I mean, it could have been so much more.
Another top 5 finish for Alpha Tauri. Amongst the drama ants, they've been quietly racking up some good points.
Yeah, it's caught me off guard a little bit, actually. When you look at the table, you realise they're not doing as badly as you might think.
Well, Alpha Tauri have been nothing if not entertaining this season, for good or bad. It'll be interesting to see how they fare by the end of the year.
Right, and, well, again, we're robbed of a podium celebration for Casper Ackermann, which sucks. I mean, I think if we got the win, we might have maybe gotten a cutscene, but, yep, Codemasters is rubbing in the salt in the wound because of our mistake.
All I'm saying is that the team are back in the mix this season. That's how good you've done.
Yeah.
You're ending your career on a high just like you wanted. You really couldn't ask for much better. You want one?
Hmm?
What's wrong?
Nothing. What? Nothing. I'm fine.
You haven't driven like this in ages. You're out there having a great time. You're raking in the points, but you're doing your moody face.
I'm not doing my moody face. Stop that.
Like this.
That's
Okay.
funny.
It's Aiden.
What about him?
Well, he's still not right. He's moping around, anxious, apologetic. I think he's struggling.
I thought you were going to ignore him.
Yeah, but he's just a kid. He needs support.
From you?
So, how many races have I got left?
What's this all about, Cass?
Let's say that I've got 3 or 4 months left in F1. What if...
Go on.
Nah, forget it.
No, what?
You laugh at me.
Promise not to.
It just sounds so stupid.
What does?
What if I can...
Oh my God.
What?
You've gone soft, haven't you?
I knew you'd make fun of me.
You want to make the F1 world a better place before you retire. You want to help the team, help Aiden, your own career be damned.
And what if I did?
So Casper Ackermann does have a heart after all. I'll alert the media.
No, look, Zoe, I'm serious. What if I did?
What could you do?
Red Bull have a seat coming up next season. Some say they might even sign him. That is his dream.
And you think you could help?
I honestly don't know.
Oh, so it looks as though the bridges really are starting to form between the two of us. Huh. I mean, in all defense, Zoe, you should have known better. I feel like, I mean, we just gave up the win. We had a huge spin. Maybe that's why we're putting on that mopey face. But I loved Zoe. Like, the character, they've done her so well in this Breaking Point journey. But speaking of Zoe, she's done an interview for Trackside and, whoa, graduated from Harvard. And she's an environmental consultant for Formula One, trying to help them become more sustainable. So I guess that makes sense why she married a Formula One driver now. That answers it all. But anyway, I mean, yeah, I'll admit, the spin was stupid. I got down to power way too early. You have to be very careful. I find with the controller, you have to get into at least third gear with the wheel spin to avoid spinning in the wet. But I'm playing on a controller, so I don't really have very good haptic feedback on the way the car behaves. So, I mean, that's my excuse. It's up to you whether you want to take it or not. But we got the Belgian Grand Prix. We deserved that race. Because, I mean, obviously in real life, it never happened. But here we go. Chapter 13 for the Russian Grand Prix a month later. And it seems as though that renewed form that Casper Ackermann has been showing has really helped Alpha Tauri scrape some points back. But heading to the Russian Grand Prix in Sochi, we get a call from Brian.
Brian,
Cass, can you head back to the data center quickly?
what's the issue?
The team are just finishing up going over the data from P3. They want to confirm some aspects of the tyre strategy with you.
It's a bit late for that, isn't it?
We won't do anything you're not comfortable with.
Okay, let me just finish up here.
We'll be waiting. whenever you're ready.
Thanks, Brian.
All right. And so it seems the team is actually helping Casper with strategy. So maybe it's not as one-sided as it used to be. And it looks like things are starting to heal at Alpha Tauri now that we're starting to show some run of form. But yeah, I mean, here we go. We're on Sochi. I mean, as you know, in real life, the real-life Russian Grand Prix was chaotic at the very end. So hopefully we don't get something like that, and we can maybe recover some points. It seems as though we're a lot stronger than we were last season. And, well, it's great to see that now that Casper is in the waning ages of his career, he's willing to support Jackson in his time of need. But as we head into the Russian Grand Prix mid-race, it seems as though we've gone for an alternate tire strategy, and we're going for the fastest lap in an Alpha Tauri.
Casper, we think you can push for the fastest lap.
Not now.
Yep, we're in a strong position. See what you can do.
No problem.
Okay, here we go. I mean, around Sochi, a tire strategy might be enough to get overtakes done around a track where you can't really overtake. And it says here, we not only need to finish in the top 10, but we need to set the fastest lap. And I think we can. I mean, looking around at everyone ahead of us, they're all on either medium or hard compound tires. We're the only ones out there on the softs apart from Schumacher at the moment. So we're looking, but we set a purple for a second. We dive around the outside of George Russell, heading in around turn 10. So that was a beautiful move on our part. And Gio, well, he's being lapped by us, but we're setting 2 purple sectors since we crossed the line. 3 purple sectors, 2 seconds up on our previous lap time, and we set the fastest lap. So we've already completed one objective, but that fastest lap point won't count until we get into the top 10, and we're right on the cusp of it as Schumacher and Ocon are fighting it out. Schumacher and the Haas being stuck behind Ocon on the Alpine on the hard compound as we dive around not only Schumacher, but we dive into turn 13. Yes, turn 13. Beautiful move with the assistance of DRS. But in all respects, the Haas is a way better car than it is in real life. Because, like, Schumacher's up at the P12, Butler's in P9. I mean, it's been a while since we passed Butler, and he kind of deserves it. So we're going to pass him easily around. Just, we don't even, like, this isn't the spot you typically see overtaken. Is Butler just to squeeze us off? What is that? What is the man doing? Butler, calm yourself. We know you're in a terrible car, but honestly, he's dragging some performance out of it. It's not as if, I mean, yes, it's a Haas. He is the Nikita Mazepin of this universe, but he's doing some worldly jobs, and Jackson's in P6 on the softs as well, so Alpha Tauri is looking to get some good points in this race as he dived on the inside of Fernando Alonso into turn 13. Beautiful move by us into the Sector 3 complex. Go very wide for some reason. I guess he's lost the tire grip. Sergio Perez in a Red Bull wins the Russian Grand Prix. Beautiful work by Sergio to win the race. And, well, we're going to finish behind Jackson for 6-7 for Alpha Tauri. Good points. And with that fastest lap, 1 extra point. So that form we're showing is looking really good at the moment. Hopefully, we can carry this on for the rest of the season.
That's quite some achievement for Alpha Tauri's Casper Ackerman, getting the fastest lap out.
Yeah, it's not often you see a team outside of the top 3 pick up that extra point. Alpha Tauri went with what looked like an aggressive tyre strategy, but it paid off for them. Incredible, really.
Alpha Tauri now very much in the mix for a strong midfield finish this season. And who knows, they might even be eyeing up 4th place. They'll be delighted. Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
It looks like Hamilton didn't even finish in the top 3 as Lando gets the, well, maybe not the win, but the podium he deserved at the Russian Grand Prix. But Perez, great job, and Bottas in P3. So great work there. But I mean, we just got a bombshell revelation. We're gunning for P4 in the constructors. Wow, that's amazing. As we get a call from Brian, hopefully it's positive.
Brian.
Cass, meant to say, nice work on that fastest lap. That's a welcome point, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, the team did well.
Well, you drove the thing, Cass. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Look, there are rumours you'll try and wriggle out of the team dinner tomorrow. Put my mind at rest, would you?
I'm coming to the team dinner, Brian.
Beautiful place we booked. Reason to celebrate. You're gonna love it. Is Zoe still coming?
Yeah, she wouldn't miss it.
Terrific. Wonderful. Are you excited, Cass? Tell me you're excited.
I'm certainly attending.
Small victories, I suppose. We'll see you there.
Thanks, Brian.
All right. So not only is the team starting to look better, we're starting to bond a little better. So you get a call from Zoe now. Brian was just talking about you.
Hey, Zoe.
Hey, everyone's talking about the team dinner. We're still going, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, come on, Cass. You'll miss these things when they're gone.
We'll see.
Why did I marry such a miserable man?
Because he makes up for it with his charm.
That's not what I heard.
Yeah, well, don't believe everything you hear in the news.
What are you up to?
Just emails and stuff.
Okay. I think I'll head back to the hotel.
I'll see you there.
Bye.
Well, I mean, oh my god. I mean, I love Zoe. Zoe is probably up there in my favorite characters in Breaking Point. So much, like, she brings humor, and she kind of brings out a better side of Casper Ackerman that honestly we needed as players. But that Russian Grand Prix, great work by us, getting the overtakes done. That soft tire strategy really working out. I mean, you know what? I might have to take some notes for Breaking Point for my team career when we get to Sochi. But anyway, here we go. We're going to go into the Alpha Tauri team dinner. Reason to celebrate, as it looks like we're going to be gunning for 4th in the constructors.
I'd like to congratulate you all on a superb performance so far. There's still a lot of work to do, but give yourselves a round of applause. You've been wonderful. Well, I'm sure you've all heard by now, but, well, this will be Casper's last season as an F1 driver. And if you get the chance, then please do your very best to change his mind. I'm only kidding, Casper. You will be missed. Anyway, I'll stop talking, for once. Have a wonderful evening, and let's push for 4th!
Look, I know how this works. I've been around long enough. I'm just saying, you have a future here. I've seen a lot of drivers come and go in my time, but you're special, Aiden. You've got the makings of a true great. I mean it. Casper!
Hey.
Where's Zoe?
Oh, she's around somewhere. She loves these things.
Oh, and you don't? Mind if we join you?
I'll be my guest.
Come on, Aiden. Sit.
Wow, Casper really is pulling the Raikkonen vibes right now. He seems like he'd be the type of person to hate these team dinners. Wow, this is awkward.
Why didn't it work out between you two?
Brian, I'd rather not discuss.
I don't care what you'd rather, Aiden. Casper's leaving us, and I know that your agent's been talking to other teams. This could be the last chance the three of us get to chat like this. Who knows? We may not even see each other again after Abu Dhabi. So come on. What's the deal?
Listen, I just want to have a nice evening.
He's on more money than me.
What?
Ah. Hence the frosty reception.
Everybody started talking about my age. Just wanted to prove myself. Prove that I was better than the next flavor of the month. This was not about you, Aiden. I don't know.
What about you?
He didn't want me on the team.
Didn't I?
You wanted Ricardo instead.
And you thought I was past my best.
What? But that's not true. You're having an amazing season.
Could you verify that number for me?
That's right.
And that's the contracted amount, yes?
Yeah.
Do you mind if we show him?
Oh?
You two are a couple of chumps, do you know that? And you should know better.
I don't understand.
No, but he does. It would be funny if it wasn't so tragic. I wonder how many points all this has cost us. Well, I'll leave you to it. You can apologise to me later.
I don't understand.
I'm an idiot.
Why?
Paddock gossip.
So none of this is true?
There's always gossip in the paddock. And ever since he's arrived, there's been one man at the center of it all.
Who?
The man who told me pre-season last year that you signed a better deal. The man who said you thought that I was too old. And that would be the same man who told you I didn't want you signed.
Butler?
And I believed him. How could I be so stupid?
You're not stupid, Casper.
I didn't think he had this in him.
Why would he bother?
Look at all the mess he's caused. The crash last year, the fight in Canada. And how much easier has he had it because of all of that?
What can we do?
Beat him.
Oh. And so the real villain reveals himself in Breaking Point. This is great. It looks like there's going to be a truce as they head into the Japanese Grand Prix, and they'll have to wait for a final episode. So thank you so much for joining me today. Like, comment, and subscribe down below. Share the video, share the love, and I'll see you guys real soon. I'm the ISO Racer. Peace out.